Hello everyone, True here, back with another video. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, and before we hop into today's deck, please remember to like and subscribe. It's free to subscribe, and keep in mind you can always unsubscribe as well. And please like today's video, really helps this video get shared with other people. And with all of that being said, let's hop into today's deck. So today's deck is Dragapult VMAX. Dragapult VMAX has been around for quite some time now, a couple of months. It came out in Rebel Clash, and it arose as one of the best decks in the format. Just for 2 energies, max Phantom, 130 damage, put 5 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. And back when Rebel Clash came out, Jirachi was really popular in a lot of decks, and for that reason, Dragapult VMAX was extremely powerful because max Phantom, you could easily take KOs on Jirachis, and even if your opponent wasn't playing something like Jirachi, you could soften up a Zacian and possibly one-hit KO a Zacian as well, by putting 5 damage counters on their Zacian. And if you have, let's say, 2 Horror Energies attached to your Dragapult VMAX, they hit into you, they're at 90 HP, you one-shot them back with max Phantom. So essentially, Dragapult VMAX was one-hit KOing Zacian V, which is what made it super powerful. But now that Eternatus has come out, Dragapult VMAX has sort of faded away from the meta. But to be honest, it's still a very good deck. Max Phantom is still a very good attack, and I have a very consistent build here today. We played 4 Jirachis to help dig for the turn 1 Dragapult V attachment. That's always what we want. We want to go first. We want to bench a Dragapult V. We want to attach a Psychic Energy to it, and this list sort of centers around getting that off. So the list is a very consistent hammer pult build. The reason we're playing Crushing Hammers is because I feel like this is the best way to make the Eternatus matchup slightly easier. I've tried out Lycanroc, the one with the energy removal. I didn't like it. I've tried out a bunch of other builds. I just found that hammers alone is probably the best way to go, because even if you play Lycanroc GX or something like that, you're still probably going to lose because of how inconsistent your deck is. And I just think Crushing Hammers alone is really the best way to go here. So basically, ideally you can prevent Eternatus from attacking for the first few turns and really draw ahead in the prize race and hopefully win the game. So that's the reason behind the Crushing Hammers. Helps out in the ADPZ matchup as well. And we play the 4-4 line of Dragapult V to Dragapult VMAX. Just having 4 Dragapult VMAXs available really increases our chances of pulling off a turn 2 max Phantom, and it really just feels the best playing 4 Dragapult VMAXs from my experience. In addition to 4-4 Dragapults and 4 Jirachi, we play 1 Crobat V and 1 Dedenne-GX. Now you can up the Crobat count to 2 and cut the Dedenne, but I found that in the late game, sometimes you really just have to dig for that boss's orders, and you have like a Marnie or Research in hand. You really just wanted the Dede change. In late game, Dedenne is a bit more powerful than Crobat, I believe, because it draws you more cards. So that's the reason I like a 1 of Dedenne in here instead of just 2 Crobats. We play 2 of Zigzagoons to take KOs on Jirachis, and sometimes Zigzagoon just really helps out with the math. Sometimes you really are just 10 damage off, and Zigzagoon is there to help out with those scenarios. We play 1 of Giratina in order to remove any special energies. This really helps out in the Eternatus matchup and the Centiskorch matchup. So Giratina, it's there for that reason. We play 2 Energy Spinners. 2 feels like the perfect number. Just allows you to search out energies. It's pretty nice. You can replace it with Viridian, but again, we are playing hammers for a reason. So I feel like Viridian sort of goes against the point of the deck. It's to remove their energy cards, and playing Viridian Forest does give your opponent more options to work with. So that is the reason we're playing Energy Spinner instead of Viridian Forest. We play a 4-4 line of Pokecom and Quick Ball. This is to search out our Pokemons as efficiently as possible. Just as much consistency as possible is what I'm trying to go for with this list. We play 2 Reset Stamp For late game, we play 4 Scoop Up Net, 3 Switch. I haven't really found a need for 4 Switch. I have found that 3 really works out. So that's the reason I'm not playing 4-4. You definitely can. I just think 3 is fine. We play 3 Bosses Orders, 4 Marnie, 4 Research, and then 9 Energy cards, 4 Horror Psychic Energy, 5 Basic Psychic, the pretty traditional supporter line, and energy count for Dragapult. And with all of that, and that's all I have to say for the deck, and let's hop into some games. Alright, so hopping into our first game against Choked. Good luck to him or her. And we're going second, unfortunately. That's really not what we want, but the starting hand is really good. And we will be having a full mulligans from our opponent, so yeah, let's see what we're up against. This looks like ADPZ hammers, so this is going to be a really tough matchup because any deck that plays hammers really has a good time against Dragapult. We struggle to get multiple attachments onto Dragapult. A turn we can only attach 1 energy per turn, and if our opponent hits 2 hammers in a row, basically, it's really annoying and it's really hard to deal with. There's the ADP from our opponent. They decide to put the water on it, so we definitely want to dig for hammers this turn, and they decide to retreat into it. There's a Crobat V from our opponent. So what do we want to do? We definitely want to bench Dragapult, attach the Psychic Energy. Our opponent's gonna pass over to us. There's a hammer. Let's play it. Do we hit heads? We do hit heads. All right. That takes a lot of pressure off of us for sure. We're gonna start off by benching the Dragapult V here. Probably attaching the Psychic to it is fine. Our opponent does not have a Zacian in hand, so I don't really want to Marnie them, but at the same time, I do want to see more cards. We can switch and go for the Bite attack this turn if we really want to. I'm not sure how effective that will be. I think I'm just going to start off with the Stellar Wish here. There is a Research. I don't know if I want to. I think we can hold on to this hand, to be honest. And probably Research next turn because this hand is pretty loaded. We can Research next turn, dig for the energy, and just evolve next turn. So I think I will take the Research here. There's not really a reason not to, because if our opponent has a really weak hand, we can just choose to Marnie them. Or if they have a really strong hand next turn, or if they have a really weak hand, we can Research next turn. So that's the reason I took that. And do we just pass to our opponent, or do we go for the Bite? Decisions. So I think I will go for the Bite because I feel like we sort of need the 30 damage on here because it has 280 HP. We would need 2 Zigzagoon pings in order to hit KO it. So I think just going with the Bite here is a fine decision. The chances of our opponent being able to pull off a 1-hit KO on our Dragapult V is pretty unlikely. There's a Crushing Hammer from our opponent. It's Tails, thank goodness. There's a Research. And they get rid of a lot of energy switches. That's super good for us. There's the Big Charm to the RCL and Palkia, so definitely happy I went with the Bite. Here, there's the Duraludon from our opponent. There's a Quick Ball. If they can grab a Zacian here, a Dedenne here. There's the Dedenne from our opponent. We definitely want to target that down. There's the Big Charm to the Duraludon. Okay, that's fine. They Dedenne change, get rid of more resources. That's nice. And they opted not to attach the metal, so it seems as if our opponent is still going for that for the Altered Creation this turn, which is definitely pretty interesting. There's the Zacian V from our opponent. Are they going to Intrepid Sword? There's the Metal Saucer, but they're out of ways to draw, so they need attachment. There's a Saucer. They need the last 2 cards. Okay, there's the Metal Attachment, so can't pull it off this turn. And just the Intrepid Sword. They actually got pretty close to being able to knock out our Dragapult V. That's something. So we're gonna evolve into Dragapult VMAX here. Pokecom away the Dragapult VMAX. Probably just get out a. What do we want here? I think I like the sound of a Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon feels pretty nice here, and I think we just grab that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a Zigzagoon here. Probably ping the active to be able to 2-hit KO it. So just Zigzagoon the active here, quick ball away on Marnie. We're gonna research this hand and go from there. So probably just take a Dragapult V here. How much more damage do we need on this? This needs 60 overall, so we would need 2 nets. I think I'll just grab another Zigzagoon here, to be honest. Ping the active again, and all we need now is a Scoop Up Net to be able to 2-hit KO the active, I believe. Actually, no, we already 2-hit KO it because, yeah, we already 2-hit KO it. I did my math wrong, but let's see if we can hit the energy. No energy to work with. That's really bad. So play the hammer. It fails. That's fine. Bench to Dragapult V. We can switch into Jirachi here. Stellar Wish looking for an energy spinner. No spinner to work with. I think I'm gonna have to Dedenne change here. I don't like doing it, but we definitely want to pull off that turn to max Phantom. So we don't have to bench Jirachi in case we want the Crobat. So I think I'm just gonna Dedenne change here. We have a bunch of Jirachis left to work with, and there's a bunch of energy, so that's pretty cool. So we're gonna attach active here. Gonna hold off on doing anything else, and we're just going to max Phantom. Probably put all 5 on the Zacian, I guess. Decisions. decisions. How many nets are we down? We're only down 1 net, so what do we want to do? I think I'll just put all 5 on the Zacian. That feels fine with me. And look to put 4 on it next turn, or actually we might just put 5 on it again because no, they're already down 2 big charms, so the chances of them being able to the chances of them playing 3 big charms aren't that high. Most ADP lists probably only play 2. There's a switch into the Eldegoss, however, and the research from our opponent. Okay, they get rid of a boss, which is good for us. There's a Crushing Hammer from our opponent. It hits tails. That's very good. There's another Crushing Hammer. It also hits tails. All right. There's our opponent's last Crushing Hammer. It hits heads. That's fine. 1 out of 4. We'll take it. We'll take it for sure. Now the question is, does our opponent manage to? No, they attach to the Duraludon. Looks like our opponent does not have the Altered Creation, which is super good for us. There's the Brave Blade from our opponent. Now, what I'm going to do here, I think I charged up the bench Dragapult V here and just shred the active. Our opponent is down. How many switches is our opponent down? They're down only 1 switch, so the chances of them being able to take a KO on our Dragapult VMAX is actually pretty high. So, I'm gonna grab a Psychic Energy here. I'm going to charge up our bench Dragapult V because charging our active up feels really bad. So play the quick ball here, just thin out some more cards. Probably just grab a Jirachi. Probably just thin out a Giratina, to be honest. We definitely want to leave the bench space open in case we ever want to Crobat. So I think I will just research here. Yep. And we're looking for a VMAX to evolve this. There's a lot of cards to work with, so calm back the Dragapult V. No switch. We definitely can attack with this Dragapult. We can quick ball away some stuff and actually Crobat, but I don't know how much I want to bench Crobat. Sort of just want to. I definitely want to move this out of the active spot. So do I want to Crobat and dig for a switch is what no, we're already down all 3 switches. Okay, so we cannot go into this Dragapult V max. We could. Losing this energy feels sort of bad though, so I think I will just attack with this active one. Just go for shred, and once they KO this Dragapult VMAX, we can attack with this one, take a KO on the Zacian. We have the boss if we need to, and we can even boss up the ADP. There's the switch into the Eldegoss. We expected it. They were only down 1, so it's not completely unbelievable that they were able to hit that switch. Our opponent is actually down 3 saucers. That's not too good for them. So I think we're really sitting in the driver's seat here. They have to go through one more Dragapult VMAX in order to win this game, which sounds really hard for them to do. They could theoretically Mallow and Lana the ADP, which would be really annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Attached to the active Dragapult VMAX here. We're only down one net, so I feel pretty safe benching this Jirachi here. I want to quick ball, go for another Dragapult V, but we can hold that off until next turn. I honestly feel like we can hold this hand because it's pretty loaded. We have an energy to work with, we have a quick ball to work with, we have a boss and a research. I just like holding on to this hand, so I'm just gonna max Phantom here, KO the active, set up some stuff for KOs, I guess. We can punch the Duraludon, I guess, because we're probably going to KO this ADP, and then that leaves us at 5 prize cards. And then we can go through a Duraludon as well, so might just put all 5 on this. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that here. And if our opponent plays Mallow and Lana, and they Mallow and Lana the ADP, it's going to be a little harder to win this game, so let's see. We get a Horror Energy and a Pokecom. Not bad prize cards. I like having another Horror Psychic Energy to work with. There's another Zation from our opponent. There's the attachment. There's a Marnie. Alright. That's fine. Hopefully we don't draw into a completely bricked hand. There's a Crobat. There's a Quick Ball. There's a Marnie. Alright, we're fine. There's an Energy Switch to the Zation. They can pull off an attack this turn, which actually would be pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully they don't do that. That would be much appreciated. They retreat into the Duraludon, and just the Metal Sharpener from our opponent. So technically we can actually win the game this turn. Yeah, because this has 100. No, we cannot. It would be very hard for us to win the game this turn. We would need to hit all 3 Scoop Up Nets. No. And then we still can't win the game because this has 160 HP, so it's a really tanky guy. We cannot win the game this turn, but we can boss this up next turn. So what do we want to do here? I don't think we can get one hit KO'd next turn. I highly doubt our opponent plays Zigzagoons. We haven't seen a single Scoop Up Net or a Goon in the discard pile, so I'm assuming our opponent is not playing Goons, and for that reason I feel like our opponent cannot win next turn. No reason to quick ball. I think I'm just gonna attach active here. Gonna attach active. Attach to the active here and just Marnie, I think. I don't want to I don't want to lose Crobat, but at the same time we really do need a dig for boss. So we have game next turn, so I'm gonna Marnie here. Oh man, it's getting kind of close. Scoop Hammer, take away a Metal Energy. That's actually really important. Our opponent is down a sizable amount of energy, so they might actually not be able to. They might not be able to pull off the game next turn. So I think I'm just going to go with Max Phantom, and I'm actually gonna put all 5 on the Zation V. I think that's the play to make. Yeah, I'm gonna put all 5 on the Zation V here because when we put all 5, they're gonna attack, or if they attack our Dragapult VMAX, they take 20 more damage. So that's 70, and then all we need to do is hit 2 more Scoop Up Nets. We already have 1 in hand in order to take a KO on our opponent's Zation V. So that is definitely something we want to do. There's the boss from our opponent on our Dedenne, however. This is where things get sort of scary, because our opponent is only a switch and a boss away from winning the game. Our opponent is down 2 bosses orders, so they might not have 1 in hand, but we want to close out the game this turn. We're looking for there's a net, so if they hit our Dragapult VMAX, we would have won the game there. Maybe I should have been putting the damage on the ADP. Maybe that would have been optimal. I'm not entirely sure. Let's Stellar Wish here. There's the boss's orders. It doesn't matter. We're gonna take a dub here against Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia-GX. And there's the concession from our opponent. They know it's coming. And that's gonna be game 1 against ADPZ, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright, so hopping into our next game against Kyox. Good luck to him or her. And the starting hand is looking pretty good. Unfortunately, we are going second, meaning we don't get the turn 1. I mean, we do get the turn 1 attachment, but ideally we want to do it going first. But it looks like we're up against Pikarom. Now, depends on what build our opponent is playing. If you're playing the Energy Denial build, this matchup will be extremely annoying, to say the least. There is an E-Raider from our opponent. They played the Swells, that's fine, we don't play any counter stadiums anyways. They get rid of a Crushing Hammer, we'll take it, that's definitely what we want, but they'll probably get I was gonna say they'll get a Dedenne here. They probably have one in hand if they get rid of the Hammer. Probably means they're gonna commit to the Dedenne change. There's the Dedenne that we expected, that's fine, and we definitely can look to remove this energy next turn, either with a Giratina. If we Pokecom away a VMAX, we can get a Giratina, and if we can Stellar Wish into a boss, that would be pretty cool. Being able to remove this energy is really good for us, to say the least. There's the Dance of the Ancients from our opponent, going to be able to put an additional energy on the Pikachu and Zekrom-GX, and just a pass from them is going to end the turn. There's the boss we were talking about. So we're sitting in a pretty chill spot, I would say. I'm gonna start off with the Stellar Wish here. Probably just take the Quick Ball, I guess. Yep, we'll take the Quick Ball here. Gonna bench the Dragapult V. Attach to the Dragapult V. Probably Quick Ball away the Calm. Go get the Giratina we're talking about. Hopefully it's not prized. There's the Giratina. All right. That's super nice that it's not prized, and that we can boss this guy up and remove the energy for it and make it so that our opponent has to have an energy switch next turn to be able to attack. So we're just gonna chill with this hand, and no real reason to go aggressive with the research. Again, it's just our first turn, and yeah, let's see if our opponent is able to pull off the attack. There's the lightning energy. Do they have the energy switch? That's the question. There's the energy switch. All right. That's a little annoying. Hopefully they don't have boss on our Dragapult V. That would sort of suck. There's the research. Alright, we'll take it. No boss is definitely very nice for us. Let's see what our opponent opts to do. Just a full blitz. Probably going to charge the Raichu and Alolan Raichu up. And hopefully we can draw into some Crushing Hammers that hit heads. That would be pretty nice here. Our opponent could definitely play the Giratina themselves, so that might be a little annoying to deal with, to say the least, because they are playing hammers. They could play nets with Jirachis and stuff like that. A lot of different builds going around, to say the least. There's a Crushing Hammer heads. Where do you want to get rid of the energy from? I don't mind them attacking with Pikarom, to be honest, because once they attack into us, assuming they don't hammer, they'll take 20 damage back, and then we'll be able to one-hit KO it. So I think I'll just remove it off of the Choo-Choo here. Crushing Hammer again, and a Tails, that's fine. And I'm just gonna max Phantom here, and hope that, yeah, and hopefully our opponent has to attack with the Pikarom. That would definitely be pretty nice and pretty ideal for us. Gonna put all 5 on the Raichu and Raichu, because ideally we want to knock out Pikarom, knock out Alolan Raichu and Raichu. That's probably our game plan, unless our opponent like benches a Zigzagoon and we're able to KO it. We'll have to go through the Raichu and Raichu as well. There is a Quick Ball from our opponent getting rid of Tool Scrapper. There is a Bolton V. They can attack with that as well this turn. There's the attachment. All they need now is an energy switch and a switch, and they can attack with the Bolton if they choose to do so. But it looks like they're committing to trying to attack with the Bolton, because they could have attached to the Choo-Choo actually. Yeah, pretty interesting play, opting to go in with the Bolton. There's some Marnie from our opponent, getting a lot of our draw supporters on the bottom of the deck. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And this hand is pretty dead. This is getting a little sketchy. There's the Quick Ball from our opponent. Let's see what they grab here. Could grab a Dedenne, could grab the Giratina we were talking about if they do play it. Even as a one-of, it wouldn't be too unbelievable, but it looks like they're committing to a Crobat V. There's the switch into the Bolton V. It looks like our opponent is indeed digging for that energy switch in order to attack with the Bolton V, which does make sense. They want to make us go through 8 prize cards, which is better than making us go through 6, so definitely the optimal place from our opponent. And it looks like they do not have the knockout this turn. which is really good for us. But 40, 70, 100, 130, they will have to knock out next turn, and we need to top deck something really quickly. I mean, we definitely need to top deck a Pokemon. That would be pretty nice. And let's see what we top deck here. Yikes. 40, 70, 100, 130, 160. They need one more attachment to take KO. This hammer needs to hit heads. No, it does not. And we're just going to have to max Phantom, take a KO on the active Pikarom here. And probably just put all... probably should have put some on the Bolton actually, but we'll put all 5 on the Choo-Choo again. And now we're in top... we're not in top deck mode, but it's really unfortunate we weren't able to draw a Pokemon off the top deck. There's a Dragapult V, and there's another Dragapult V, so... we have a data change to work with next turn, but then our opponent only needs boss for game. We can stamp them to 2 cards, however, so that's pretty nice. There's the attachment. Our opponent is going to have the KO on our Dragapult VMAX, which is sort of what we expected, to be honest. Not surprising. There's a stamp from our opponent themselves, however. Hopefully we draw well. That's not it. We need better cards than these to work with if we're gonna win this game here. So hopefully we top deck like a Research or a Marnie or a Quick Ball or even a Pokecom would work at this point. Let's see what we top deck here. Another Dragapult V is not going to do it. We can play our Crushing Hammer. It flips tails again. We're just gonna have to pass to our opponent and hope they don't have boss. If they do have boss, it is what it is. We drew pretty bad this game. Yeah. We're only down 1 Research and we didn't draw into a single draw supporter off of our opponent's stamp. So it's a little unfortunate. There's the Goss for the boss. Our opponent's gonna have the game here. That's fine. Ending this one on a loss, unfortunately, but yeah, sometimes it's a little rough draw. And when your hammers hit tails, there's not a whole lot you can do. That's gonna do it for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, remember to stay safe. Have a good day, and peace out.